Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at learning English, but maybe a bit differently. We've got this really interesting dialogue between two learners, Anna and Mark. They found some, practical, everyday ways to actually make progress.
Yeah, they sort of created a roadmap moving past that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We all hear how tough language learning can be, right? But what if there are simple things you can do daily, things that actually make it easier, maybe even enjoyable? That's what this deep dive is about, pulling out those practical tips from their experience. So Mark's first piece of advice to Anna, it wasn't just about listening passively. He mentioned listening to English podcasts, watching movies, standard stuff perhaps, but with subtitles, and crucially, repeating the sentences. Now, just repeating, how is that really different from, say, rote learning? How does it actually help you get fluent?
Well, what's fascinating there, and some people often miss, is the active part, that vocal repetition.
Yeah.
Techniques like shadowing, for instance.
Yeah.
You're not just hearing passively. You're producing the sounds, the rhythm, almost immediately.
Ah, okay. So you're training your mouth as well as your ear?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It forces those speaking pathways in your brain to really engage. It builds muscle memory almost for your tongue and helps you internalize sentence structures.
Okay.
Much better than just listening.
That makes sense. Active engagement. Okay, so what about reading? Anna brought that up, getting stuck, feeling overwhelmed by books.
A very common hurdle.
Right. And Mark's suggestion was, maybe counterintuitively, start easy. He said short stories and graded readers. Now, we know reading in context is good, but why specifically these graded readers? What makes them so effective compared to just grabbing any novel?
It's about more than just context. It's controlled context. Graded readers are designed, very intentionally. They recycle vocabulary and introduce grammar complexity step by step. So you see the same words and structures again and again, but in slightly different ways. It's like built-in spaced repetition within a natural reading flow.
I see. So it really cements the vocabulary better than just random encounters in a big novel.
Significantly better for retention and building confidence, especially early on.
Right. And then the big one, speaking. Anna admitted feeling shy, making mistakes. I think we can all relate to that fear.
Absolutely.
Mark's advice was pretty bold. Speak even if you make mistakes.
Yeah.
He suggested a language partner or even just talking to yourself in English about your day. Why is just letting go of that fear so critical? And does talking to yourself actually, work?
It really shifts the whole mindset, doesn't it? Away from chasing this impossible idea of perfection. It's about progress. Think about learning anything new. You stumble, you make errors. That's how you learn what works.
True.
Speaking, even with mistakes, builds actual fluency and, importantly, confidence. Talking to yourself. It's a safe space, no judgment. You get used to forming sentences, finding words, without the pressure.
A low-stakes practice ground.
Precisely. The more you do it, the more natural it feels when you talk to others.
Okay, and what about grammar? That often feels like the biggest mountain to climb.
Oh, definitely.
Mark's take was practical. Focus on the most common structures first. Things like present, past, future simple, and crucially, practice them in real conversations, not only in exercises. We know applying grammar is key. But how does this approach help you internalize it so it's actually useful when you speak, not just rules you know?
It taps into implicit learning. By using those common structures in actual communication, your brain starts absorbing the patterns subconsciously. It's less about consciously recalling a rule and more about it just feeling right because you've used it meaningfully over and over.
So it becomes more intuitive.
Exactly. Way more efficient for speaking in real time. And Mark's other tips feed into this. Writing a diary, listening to songs, even just changing your phone language to English.
Little integrations.
Small, consistent things, they really add up.
Which ties perfectly into Mark's main point, his core philosophy, really. Practice is more important than perfection.
That's the heart of it.
And that comforting idea that mistakes mean you are learning, it just reframes everything, doesn't it?
It takes the pressure off and makes the whole process less intimidating.
So bringing it all together for you, the listener, what are the takeaways? It's about active listening and repeating, strategic reading with things like graded readers, speaking without fear, focusing grammar on real use, and finding small ways to live with English daily.
And never forget that core message. Mistakes are okay. Actually, they're more than okay. They're proof you're moving forward. Embrace them.
Right, embrace the process. So here's something to think about. If we accept that mistakes are truly signs of learning, How might applying that practice over profession idea change how you tackle the next new skill you decide to learn, whatever it might be?
Don't forget to subscribe.